Right, sit tight, because today's Celtic update is absolutely packed, and trust me, ye do not want to miss what's coming. First up, Brendan Rodgers has just been sent a very public message about his future at Paradise. And let's just say, it's not subtle. We're talking new contract chat, bold predictions, and a reminder of exactly why he's the man in charge of this machine. Then it looked like we were sniffing around Demir Ege Tiknaz. But now that rumor's taken a wild twist. Reports out of Turkey, Champions League links, and now nothing? I'll break it all down for you, and what it really means for our midfield plans. And finally, here's the big one. Our first real summer signing is just about done. Callum Osmand out, medical passed, deal nearly wrapped up. But is this kid ready for the big stage? Or are we looking at another name lost in the shuffle? I'll give you everything you need to know. But here's the deal. The final story is massive, so make sure you stay tuned till the very end. Smash that like button, and if you're no subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Let's make sure this video gets pushed out to every Hoops Daft legend out there. Including you. Right then, sit your cell dune and let's have a proper blether about Brendan Rodgers, because there's a bit of noise building up. And for once, it's no coming from across the city where the only thing louder than the moaning is the empty trophy cabinet. So, here's the deal. Brendan's current contract runs out in June 2026. 2 more seasons. That's it. After that, well, no one said a word about extending it. No talks, no wee hints, no nudges in pressers. Silence. But here's where things get tasty. Guess who's suddenly out of a job? Ange Postecoglou. Now, before you go saying, oh, here we go again, think about it. If Brendan were to walk away at the end of this deal, you know the headlines will write themselves. Ange back to Paradise? It writes like a soap opera on Clyde 1. But let's not get carried away. Brendan's been clear, he's in for next season, no question. And after winning 4 trophies since coming back, you'd be mad to not want him hanging around a wee bit longer, wouldn't you? Frank McAvenny's even chimed in, saying it's in Brendan's own interest to stick around. And let's be honest, with the football we've been playing, the way he's got Maida, Calmac, and the rest purring, signing him up would be the best bit of business this summer. A bigger boost than any flashy new winger. Even better than signing a fit Kieran Tierney, and that's saying something. Let's not forget, when he came back, folk were raging. The memory of him legging it down south still stung. But look at us now, another league title, silverware piling up again, and Brendan's got Paradise bouncing. He's turned the doubters into believers once more. So here's my question for you, and don't dodge it. Would you offer Brendan Rodgers a new deal right now? Or would you let his contract tick down and risk losing him again? Because you can't have it both ways. Either we back the man who's brought the magic back, or we gamble that someone else can keep the green machine rolling. So, what's it gonna be? Right, listen up, pal. Because this one's done a full U-turn quicker than a Rangers fan leaving Ibrox after 70 minutes. Over the weekend, it looked like young Demir Ege Tiknaz. The Turkish midfielder that had folk on Twitter pretending they'd watched Portuguese league highlights was heading to Celtic Park. Reports from Turkey were flying about saying we were ready to splash £8.4 million on the lad. That's the kind of money that normally makes the board start sweating like it's a cup final against Aberdeen. But hold the phone. That chat's been firmly put in the bin. According to Tra and Keltzer here, and they're usually in the know when it comes to what's happening behind the scenes at Lennoxtown, Brendan and the recruitment team aren't pursuing the Besiktas boy wonder after all. They've basically said, not interested, and you know what? Fair play. Now the lad's only 20, just had a loan spell in Portugal and has a couple of domestic medals back in Turkey. But let's be honest, if he was really worth over $8 million, would Besiktas be loaning him out and peddling him to us via the Turkish press? Here's what I do know. Brendan is looking for reinforcements. In midfield, especially with the ongoing saga around Rayo Hatate and Greg Taylor's future still up in the air. And more importantly, a new striker is top of the shopping list now that Kyogo's off living the bench life in France. So now it's your turn. Were you buzzing at the thought of Tiknaz joining Celtic? Or are you glad we're steering clear of another mystery midfielder from a dodgy rumor mill? Because personally, I'd rather see us go all in on someone who's actually kicked a ball in the Champions League than another next big thing who's just had a decent run in the League of Portugal. But what do you reckon? Right then, here we go. The first bit of proper summer movement looks like it's just about done, and you're hearing it straight from me. Callum Osmand. Remember the name. The Welsh lad from Fulham has passed his Celtic medical, and now he's basically one dotted line away from being Brendan's first signing of the window. Now I know what you're thinking. Another project? Another young prospect shoved into the B team to play bounce games in front of 4 seagulls and a steward? But no, this one's different. Sources close to the club are saying that Osmand is first team bound, not heading to the development squad. And that's big, especially with Johnny Kenny's future up in the air and the striker situation still wobbly since Kyogo decided to swap Celtic Park for French bench-warming duties. This boy's only 19, right? But he banged in 10 goals and 4 assists in Premier League 2 last season. Not bad for a player who probably spent half his time wondering if he'd get a proper senior chance. Now he's on his way to paradise, and Brendan clearly sees something in him. So here's where you come in. Should Osmand be thrown straight into the mix next season, or would you rather we bring in a more experienced striker and let the lad settle first? Because I'll tell you this, if he's even half the player we hope he is and he settles quick, we might have just pulled off another classic Celtic bargain. But what would you do?